Hey guys, it's Mike from Shamino's workshop. Here I have another personal project. This is a Korbanth Bastila. I think that's how you say her name. I'm probably butchering. Bastila Shen. Granddaughter, maybe? Great-granddaughter of Satali. It's in staff mode, and I have blades in it. Maybe I'll take the camera off and just... I only have, well, I have two 1-inch blades. One is a Korbanth blade, it's 36 inches long, and then I have my demo blade. And say how to mop up. I figured I'd start with the blades in and then take them out because they're just really long. So this is a project I've been working on for a little while now. I had some PCBs created specifically for this project, more of a proof of concept, just to show that it can be done and you know what these PCBs can do. So you know, for now let's I don't know. My dog's not the biggest fan. Okay. It's a little off balance. But that's all. Just wanted to show what this staff might look like with blades in them. Eventually I'll create another demo blade. But for now, I'm just going to take the blades out just so that I can actually work with this thing and show you guys what I've done. So sorry about that, bear with me. I'm not a very good video editor. Can't be that hard to edit the video and maybe cut this part out or speed it up or something. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Okay, so those blade plugs, by the way, match up really nicely with the color. That was a coincidence. These are Saber Bay Turbines. They went really well with...
I sense
Whoops.
nothing. I am Bastila.
They go really well. So it's a, you know, it is a staff. The staff can be with a coupler in the middle, so you could break it down into two hilts. Shtok NeoPixel connectors. Switch holder, because the switches are way up here, and what I've done will explain. These are removable buttons because under them is access to a 1.3 millimeter recharge port, which is really nice. This way you don't have to take apart the hilt just to recharge it. So that makes it really convenient. Maybe I'll weather this in the future also. Aluminum black. I mean, it's bare aluminum. Should be really easy to weather and make this thing look really nice. But for now, let me break it down and show you what I've done. And both sides are identical, so maybe I'll just break down one side for now. You can see why nobody wants to break this down, because these treads are ginormous. Okay. So the chassis is made by Jed King, Mastercraft. I'm sorry, Jed. I forget your page name. I'll put it in the link. I'll put a link in the description, but Jed created a two-piece chassis system one that holds the switches, and then one that holds everything else. Proffieboard, battery, speaker. And what I did was I improved upon it. I made my own switch holder so that we could use these new PCBs. So the first thing I do is I use a custom Saber Shop blade side PCB to connect up to the stock PCB that's in the emitter. And I think maybe, you know what? I think I used my resin PCB holders for this. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I used my filament based ones. No, those are the resin ones. So I'll show it off again, but that's my resin PCB. It's a 7/8 inch PCB, even though the blade socket's 1 inch, where the heatsink or PCB holder would go is actually 7/8 inch. Sorry, the phone's ringing in the background. So blade side PCB here so that this could be removed. Hilt side PCB there, custom Saber Shop one, to make the connection. Did I have to do that? No, but I didn't want the wire management. I didn't want to have to deal with wire slack in the neck. Okay. So the chassis comes out first by loosening or removing that.
I sense.
Oops.
It is not I am Bastila Font.
Then a palm slap or 2 or 3 exposes the modified chassis. And so what's special about this is this new PCB. 6-ring PCB. Lots of pogo pins on here. But the intention is NeoPixel. So three pins or 3 rings for that, right? Because you have power, positive, negative data. And then switches. The other 3 rings are for switches. Button 1, button 2, and common ground. The switches are way up there. Yeah, you can see it. There's another blade side that's in the switch holder. So the switches can stay in place. There's no wires connecting this to the switch holder, so you don't have to worry about wire slack, wire management. This puppy just drops out. Same exact thing on this setup. So this works really well if you're gonna put this in single hilt mode, right? Break the staff apart. I have 2 sabers that can work independent, and orientation here doesn't matter, right? Because this will spin. But you want your orientation pretty close so that you can get to the recharge port from the porthole. Board fits real nice. So Jed did a really great job on this chassis. Like I said, I modified it slightly so that it fit this PCB. Thankfully, there was enough room up there. Otherwise, this is as is. It is a 22 mil bass speaker, and the reason for that, I didn't quite understand it at first, why we would go with a 22. But the reason for that is, you can see how deep those treads are. Those treads go in pretty far, and it butts up right to the back of the chassis. And this is probably 20. I didn't measure the internal diameter of the coupler, but it's probably 22 because that's if otherwise we would have gone with a bigger speaker. The internal diameter here is 31. So you could fit a nice big battery or some nice big chassis. You got a lot of room in there. It's just the depth, right? It's not very, you don't have a lot of length here. With all that said, I feel like I got cut on something. So you can hopefully see how these PCBs could be quite amazing in this type of setup. Because now what I could do is create a staff mode chassis where maybe I only implement one set of buttons. Maybe I put in a very large battery on one half with Proffieboard on this half, implement only one set of buttons, and power both blades from the larger battery, right? Because I could fit a very nice sized battery maybe on this side. Speaker maybe in here somewhere. I'll have to see if I can get a 28 if we invert it. Maybe it's still a two-piece chassis that connect in the middle somehow. I have a lot of thoughts. I just need time to design it out, but you know, this PCB gives us that flexibility though. So this PCB was shared on the open source group. It was shared in a PCB dock format, which is an Ultrium format, and most, you know, print shops don't support that. They want Gerber files, they want KiCad files. So I had reached out to Ultrium, said, look, I have this PCB dock file. I can't do anything with it. I don't want to buy your very expensive product just to convert these to Gerber. They understood, and the guy was really awesome. He's like, you know what? Give me a little bit of time. Send me the PCB docks. I'll convert them to Gerber for you. He did it in like 30 minutes. He was asking me questions I didn't know the answer to. I've never designed a PCB before, so he just kind of guessed. Sent me Gerber files. I took those Gerber files, went to OSH Parks, had them printed, and I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, I had them back, and used a set of two, right? Because you have a hilt side, blade side, and flawless. Worked flawlessly. I was so impressed. So I'm really excited about that. I think I printed 15 pairs, so I am going to add them to my Etsy store. Since doing that, the gentleman that created them, or his friend, has also publicized them. So I don't know what their plans are. I don't know what their plans are to sell them, to share the files, because like I said, they already shared the PCB dock files. I'm gonna wait and see what they do. And the great timing on this, by the way. The buttons all line up. So I'm going to wait and see what they do. I'm not going to offer their stuff for free if they have other intentions. And they've already shared the PCB dock files for free. So, like I said, I'm going to wait and see. Some of the other things, these buttons, I will eventually get metal ones. But these are just 3D printed plungers that kind of sit floating in the switch hole, that are pressing switches that are on the switch holder. So that was really easy. They're, like I said, they're just printed in black PLA. Maybe I'll get brass ones to match this, or, you know, aluminum ones. I don't know. I wasn't worried about that. But that was pretty cool. So what do I have on here? I have 3 fonts. Let me think. I have a Bastila font from, oh, Jesse. Yeah. Jesse, Kyberphonic released, he has his Old Republic font bundles that he's been releasing once a week. And I don't know if it was last week, the week before, just happened to release a Bastila font. So that's the first font. Now that was the only Bastila font I could find. So what I then did was I installed some Satali fonts. One is Grand Legacy, I think it's called, from Fourzze. And I think the other one was actually Link, Brandon Repulse, under his Link brand on Saber Font. I think I found another Satali Shen. If Fourzze's Grand Legacy, I forget, his was Grand something. I'm forgetting. So 3 fonts, 1 Bastila, 2 Satali. Would be nice if we could beef up the font availability, but I think that worked well. So short video. You know, no crystal chambers, nothing, you know, jazzy. Just really wanted to showcase this new PCB, and show what the potential is for using it. Because I'm sure as more and more people use it and update their chassis designs to use them, you're going to see a lot of cool stuff coming out with these things. So I'm really excited about that. I've given you guys some ideas potentially of how to use them. You know, so like always, thanks for watching. I'll keep this video short. I know my last one was pretty long. Thanks for watching. Any questions, leave some comments. Reach out to me on my Facebook page and keep an eye on the Etsy store. I'll definitely try to get some of these up pretty soon. Thanks, guys.